Hey guys, how you doing? Ray here again. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, it's Nitro Kyosho. This is going to be a quick video about a problem that I had in the past. Now the problem didn't exist with this helicopter in front here. It existed with a E-flite Blade 400, but I think it could happen to any helicopter. Okay. One day I went to spool a helicopter up and I heard a hellacious sound, and I started to investigate to try to see what the problem was. And what was happening was the blades, when they were starting to spin, when they get to a certain speed, they would just like make this weird screeching sound and kind of like just spin out. So one of my buddies at the time thought that it might have been a bad motor, and luckily I didn't change the motor because I did have some previous problems with that motor where I replaced some bearings in it. So he just assumed that maybe the bearings weren't a full rebuild for it, and maybe that the armature or something else had been going bad or whatever have you. But anyways, it didn't turn out to be the motor. Then he was suspecting maybe the speed controller was cutting out at a certain RPM, and that wasn't the problem either. What the problem ended up being was when I took the main gear set out there to investigate further, it ended up being the one-way shaft bearing, these things here. And what happened was, where the main bearing rode on there, this had just been withered away. And when I had taken like a dial caliper, a machinist, a vernier, and I had wiped, I never noticed that, never could see it because they were covered with black grease. So when I wiped it off completely, I could see the wear mark, and I measured it, and it was about a thou or two worn off. Alright, and that's what was causing it to slip. So it was a pretty quick and easy fix, but I just wanted to share that with you guys out there in YouTube land in case anyone ever comes upon that. Once again, what was happening was the blades were spooling up and reaching a certain RPM, and then they would just spin out, and you'd hear this horrible screeching kind of sound, And it wasn't the motor, it wasn't the speed control, and it ended up just being a $2-3 little fix. And that's what did it. So anyways, I hope that that little tip helps any of you guys out there. That is something that you should check during routine maintenance, probably every, 20 flights maybe. And, clean off the grease off it, check it, and make sure that it's not worn. If you're obviously catching your fingernail in a little bit of a groove or something, it's worn down. And these are pretty cheap item to replace, so it's something you can replace fairly cheap. It's only going to run you a couple of dollars, and it'll keep your heli running good. So I thank you for watching. I hope that this little tip helps some guys out, and we'll talk to you soon. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho, and I thank you very much for watching.